This is VK6ARN, Newswest. We are a community organisation and we've been serving up the best amateur radio news in Australia since 1931. This is Clinton VK6FCRC and welcome to Newswest for the 9th of July 2023. Now to Clive, VK6CSW.
Hello everyone, this is Clive, VK6CSW, reminding you that the Radio Amateurs Old Timers Club of Australia's July Bulletin goes to air tomorrow. A frequency change. Following the success of last month's trial, the 00 hours UTC transmission will be on 10 metres on 28.450 MHz. Full details of this change, plus all other broadcast times, can be found on the club website www.raotc.org.au or by googling RAOTC broadcasts. Don't forget too that even if none of the transmission times suit you, you can download the audio file at any time from today from the club website. If you do download the file, a brief feedback comment would be appreciated. The 10-metre transmission at 0 hours UTC, or 8 AM WA time, is beamed southeastwards from Catherine in the Northern Territory by Mike VK8MA. Although WA is out of this beam, experience last month indicated that many in WA still heard it. Consequently, if you can listen on 28.450 megs at 8 AM tomorrow, even if only for a few minutes before dashing off to work, and can report Mike's signals, he would be most grateful. His email address is mike.allsop@tbpl.com.au. I'll just spell that. Mike, India, Kilo, Echo, dot, Alpha, Lima, Sierra, Oscar, Papa, at Tango, Bravo, Papa, Lima, .com.au. So once again, mike.allsop@tbpl.com.au. This month, instead of the usual broadcast, we offer an interesting historical broadcast from 2001 by Alan Doble, Silent Key, VK3 Alpha Mike Delta. The usual news and information will be broadcast next month. Everyone, RAOTC members and non-members alike, is most welcome to listen to the programme and to join in the callbacks afterwards. At 8 AM local time tomorrow, as well as the experimental transmission on 10 metres, there's a transmission via digital mobile radio on the VK-DMR network Talk Group 5. At 9 AM, Chris, VK6JI, will transmit the bulletin on 80 metres on 3620 kHz, with a repeat at 10 AM on 40 metres on 7088 kHz. Also at 10 AM there is a transmission via the Newswest linked repeater system. On Wednesday, July the 5th, we have a D-Star broadcast at 5:30 PM WA local time. This will be transmitted via D-Star reflector 91C and will follow the D-Star news line. On Sunday, July the 9th, repeats of the RAOTC bulletin follow the 160 metre and 40 metre broadcasts of the WIA News. The next lunchtime meeting for members and friends of the RAOTC in Perth is on Tuesday the 11th of July at the Woodbridge Hotel, 50 East Street, Guildford. We meet at 11:30 for midday lunch. An attractive, well-priced seniors menu is available which can be viewed online. Everyone's welcome to join in and have an eyeball QSO. There's adequate car parking, but if coming by train, be sure to alight at Guildford East, repeat Guildford East station. Full details are on the club website under the heading Luncheons. Once again, tune in tomorrow for the July broadcast. If possible, listen for the 28.450 megs transmission at 8 a.m, and we look forward to hearing your call sign in the callbacks. 73 from Clive, VK6 CSW.
Hi, I'm Steve, VK6SJ, with the 20th episode of Did You Know? I thought I'd float an idea, and I know quite a few others have also had thoughts on this as well, on something akin to the old VK6 branch of the WIA. State branches ceased to exist in a WIA-owned format quite a while ago, I believe in 2004, with assets being distributed across various clubs. New South Wales and Victoria retained their respective organisations, but without the reference to the WIA. Seems to me that there isn't a national appetite for state branches, so I'm not suggesting that. I do wonder if there's a desire to have a single organisation that represents VK6 concerns to organisations like the WIA and RASA, I'm guessing as well, and consists of representatives from all clubs in WA. The purpose of an organisation like this would need to be discussed amongst a group, but my thinking is that it might not try to replace clubs, club stations, etc., as this would detract from club functions and not within the spirit of improving our hobby. Things it could do could be looking at sharing some responsibilities across the group, if needed. Instigate dialogue with the WIA on issues affecting WA amateurs. Facilitating more dialogue between clubs. Work on projects of interest to all clubs but might be too big for any single club to take on. Things that come to mind on this might be larger repeater projects and could be reasonably expected to be shouldered by WAG on their own. Just a thought, so please don't stone me just yet. Youth programs, hosting a future WIA AGM, de-expeditions. How could something like this be instigated? It's probably as simple as presidents of all the WA clubs getting together on a Zoom or Teams session, or better still over a meal or beverage, but that would be challenging for clubs outside Perth, and throwing some ideas around and see where it takes us. I suspect it would take a few such meetings to determine a purpose for being that augments the hobby rather than replacing any aspect of members' clubs' activities. In some ways we have similar functions spread across the community. WAG, Newswest and Ham College contain members who are often members of other clubs as well, as these groups exist for niche reasons rather than being a club for all kinds of interests like Southwest Radio Group, Bunbury Radio Group, Haag, PAG, NCRG, etc. VHF Group kind of falls in between all of those, I think. Newswest's Perth Tech is probably the closest thing to a VK6 wide event and is probably the birthplace of the concept I'm talking about today. As the president of one of the groups in Perth, Ham College, I'd be happy to chair a meeting like this, or equally happy to just participate if someone else wants to chair it. My email address is on my QRZ page if anyone's interested. On a different note, this is the 20th episode of Did You Know? I really need to dig deep now for more topics, so if anyone has anything they'd like to see covered, please let me know, or better still, put something together and send it to Newswest yourself. I'm happy either way. It was great to see a bunch of clubs contributing to the news last week, and looking forward to hearing something about NCRG's upcoming Hamfest this week as well. I still have a few topics I want to cover, including something with a little more history around it on one of our more senior hams, who's been licensed for almost 70 years, and his father, who is also a ham, and maybe a segment on solar power design. Wouldn't it be good to start hearing from Ono again, eh? I really miss those Foundation of Amateur Radio segments. Or maybe will on more history of amateur radio in WA. Thanks for listening. This is Steve, AK6SJ, with another episode of Did You Know?
In Western Australia and beyond, Newswest is available on air, online and on demand. Visit our website vk6.net to find out how. This is VK6 Amateur Radio News.
Greetings all amateur radio operators. Please be aware that the Northern Corridor Radio Group will be holding its annual Hamfest on Sunday morning, the 20th of August 2022 at the Cyril Jackson Community Hall in Bassendean. Please make note of the date change, with the Hamfest being held 1 week earlier than usual. The Hamfest will start at 9 a.m. and finish at around lunchtime. As always, suppliers can set up from 7:30 a.m. and the NCRG will be staging a raffle with tickets available on the day and online before the event. There are some fantastic prizes on offer this year. First prize is a Yaesu FT710 HF/50 MHz radio valued at $1,695. Second prize is an ICOM ID52A handheld with D-Star 2 and 70 SEMS valued at $849. Third prize is an MFJ Enterprises 991B HF antenna tuner that's valued at $400. And fourth prize is a Raspberry Pi Model 4B with 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is a do-it-yourself kit with a few bits and pieces in. That's valued at $322. Tickets, they're on sale from the 20th of June, so that starts in a few days, and it's available to people in New South Wales, Northern Territory, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and of course Western Australia. $5 per ticket is the charge, as always, and the raffle will be drawn on the day at the finish of the Hamfest at 12 o'clock. So please come along, catch up with your friends, check out the new and second-hand wares that will be on sale, and of course dine out on some of the yummy snacks that will be available from the canteen. If you want to book a table to sell or exhibit at the Hamfest, please be aware that the tables will run out fast. There's no charge for the table, just an entrance fee on the day of $5 per person, NCRG members included. Additional details will be posted on the NCRG website, so please look for those. If you'd like to book a table or ask a question about the Hamfest, please contact myself, Brad Peters, VK6 Bravo Alpha Papa on 0427 401 513. Looking forward to seeing you all there.
Hi, I'm Steve, VK6SJ, President of Ham College, with an update for June. Well, it's been a tumultuous month for Ham College in June, with some highs and some lows. The low point was the passing of one of our more active members, Greg Tangi, VK6LH, who at Ham College was instrumental in managing our Google Drive and applications alongside Adam, and worked with Chris on our newly upgraded VHF beacon. Greg was an attendee of our 2021 Standard Advanced course and remained involved after he completed his course. He was at all our club meetings, and he's being sorely missed, leaving a large hole in the club that will take a long time to fill, if ever. On high points, we're all really pleased to see Kathy, VK6KTS, becoming more involved in the college again. Kathy was appointed a life member of the college in 2020 and was a founding member. Kathy has also been a past president of the college, and we've missed her involvement while she devoted time to her other hobby of square dancing. In June, we ran our bi-monthly foundation course with 8 new hams, now about to enter the hobby. In addition to this course, we hosted a 15-member group of scouts and guides to gain a foundation licence. With a number of those being leaders, we suspect they will encourage even more attendees for future courses. Andrew, VK6SWR, who's a scout leader and newly appointed radio and technology lead for Scouts WA, organised the course with Ham College providing the instructors. We all had a ball running it. The kids kept us on our toes, and I can tell you it was great to see so many young people interested in the hobby. Andrew has some big ideas for amateur radio within Scouts WA, and I look forward to hearing more from Andrew on this. He's working towards getting a new club station built and running more foundation courses for Scouts and Guides. Sounds like you owe us all a news article from Scouts WA, Andrew. Our Standard Advanced course is getting to the business end now, with this coming month teaching modules on amplifiers, oscillators, modulation and transmitters. The course will finish in October, and we expect will result in another 5 or 6 advanced licensees joining the Ham community. It's really pleasing to see lots of involvement from Ham College course presenters at each night, with almost as many presenters attending as students. Having run the course on my own a few times, I can't tell you how proud I am of the team at Ham College and their dedication to the core business. A small project that Chris, VK6 Charlie Fox, has been spearheading is getting logos and t-shirts organised for instructors so we can present a more professional image in our instructor activities. A big shout out to Adam VK6ADZ and his wife Kylie, who produced some really nice logos that we've used for the shirts and will use for stationery moving forward. The logo chosen retains the core of the logo we've had since the beginning of the college's existence, but with a slightly more modern twist. Thanks Kylie, and thanks to Chris for managing the shirt's purchase. We, like many of the HAM assessor community, recently attended a meeting hosted by ACMA on the upcoming changes to the assessment regime, with ACMA taking the rollover from AMC. HAM colleges enjoyed a great relationship with the Australian Maritime College and appreciate their input to the amateur sector. However, we're also looking forward to some anticipated improvements to the system in February when ACMA take back this function. Our next foundation course is in early August, and we're now taking expressions of interest to attend this next course. Thanks for listening. This has been Steve, VK6SJ, President of HAM College, and you're listening to VK6 News by Newswest.
Hi, this is Alan, VK4 Sierra November, with information for the upcoming Trans-Tasman contest. During a recent ZL contest I participated in, some ZL operators commented that they were looking forward to working across the ditch in the Trans-Tasman. The contest will be next Saturday on the 15th of July. There are 6 hours of fun starting at 0800 UTC until 1400 UTC. That's 6 p.m. to midnight local time on the East Coast. There are 3 by 2 hour blocks where reworking is allowed per band per mode in the new block. Using 160, 80 and 40 metres, an operator can use SSB and CW or RTTY or PSK. Exchange the signal report and a serial number starting at 1. Categories include single op high power, single op low power and single op QRP plus the multi-operator stations. QRP is 5 watts or less, low power is 5 to 100 watts, high power is 100 to 400 watts. Please submit Cabrillo 3 version logs within 7 days to vklogchecker.com or email to the manager as per the rules. VKCL Logger is still in use and does produce the correct Cabrillo format. M1MM users can download the user-defined contest from my website vk4sn.com under contests. All information is on the WIA contest page. Good luck and hope to work you. This is Alan, VK4 Sierra November.
Hi, Dave VK6 Kilo Victor here after another little while off air. I'd like to take a couple of minutes today to talk about HAM College, where I've recently been doing some teaching at both foundation and standard and advanced levels, as well as helping out with foundation assessments. I made a promise to myself when I was loading for my own licence that I'd pay it forward when I got through, as a way of thanking the people at HAM College who were very welcoming, supportive and encouraging on my own journey. I'm proud to say that the first foundation course where I made a significant contribution resulted in a 100% pass rate, with a couple of candidates acing the score sheet. Let's hope some of them decide to come back once they get the bug and pursue a higher level of proficiency. We also conducted a special foundation weekend more recently for Scouts and Guides with 16 candidates. Half the candidates were kids and the other half parents and leaders. We're still awaiting results, but everyone felt good about the weekend, so let's hope. It'd be great to hear them on air at Jota using their own call signs. In this small way, I hope to repay the college for helping me with my own licence, and I hope my contribution helps keep the amateur radio hobby alive. Thanks for listening. This has been Dave, VK6KV.
Amateur Radio, you're standing in it. This is VK6 Amateur Radio News and you're listening to Newswest.
Hello listeners, this is Dennis, VK6AKR, with 3 items from the WA VHF group. First off, how did you go in the UHF VHF field day a couple of weekends ago? In the metro area at least, there were a few of us on air, covering 6 metres through 23 centimetres from various locations. Thanks for getting on air, and I think we will have a good showing for the VK6. Mine was a personal best of nearly 1,000 points, thanks in large part to contacts on 23 centimetres. These were helped by a 27-element loop Yagi kindly supplied by Wally VK6KZ. The longest distance for a 23cm QSO was with Kevin VK6KQ at Keysbrook. With better weather conditions in the Springfield day, we'll aim to have 3cm gear operating. If you have not done so already, please submit your logs. They need to be in by tomorrow, Monday the 10th at the latest, otherwise your and your QSO partners' log entries will not count in the VK6 results. As of this writing, there are 11 logs from VK6 operators showing in the WAA log submissions webpage. Now, I would like to acknowledge the help that club member Dave VK6KV has provided with Ham College. In their June foundation course, all 8 candidates passed, with Dave conducting most of the teaching as well as helping with the practical and on-air components. Well done to those 8 new operators, and hope to hear you on air soon. Thanks, Dave, for strong support for amateur radio in VK6. Finally, a personal work in progress, a frame aerial. Some mature age listeners in particular will be familiar with frame aerials used in early broadcast medium wave band reception. My modern take on this is to use a 5-metre Cat5e patch cable supported by the ubiquitous reticulation pipe and fittings. Some PCB-mounted RJ45 sockets, a scrap of perf board and some jumper wires have 7 of the 8 turns in series aiding, with the 8th turn used as the feed to the radio. The Bunnings and Altronics frame aerial is born. So what's the motivation for this contraption? Professor Peter Hall, VK6HP from Curtin University's Radio Astronomy Group, has repurposed a redundant aviation non-directional beacon at Manjimup. He uses the tower, sending and receiving FST4 digital protocols in the 2200 and 630 metre bands with great success. I initially received VK6MJM on a simple 6-metre squid pole supported pogo stick. Thus encouraged, the frame aerial project was inspired, and I hope to report further on this soon. Thanks for listening, and if you're in the Applecross area on a first or third Saturday afternoon, why not call in and say hello? You'll be very welcome. I am Dennis, VK6AKR for the WA VHF group, and remember, submit those logs.
Good morning, this is Roy, VK6 X-Ray Victor, with this week's hotline for the 9th of July 2023. Today I only have a couple. We have one from VK6 Lima Golf Bravo, who has a high gain antenna, a TH3 Junior 3-element tri-band 10, 15 and 20 metre Yagi antenna for sale. It's new and unused, it comes in the box. The antenna normally costs about $995 or $1,000, but is for sale for $750 to a good home. Ideal for master mounting or large backyard. Can be driven up to 600 watts with average gain of 5.8 dB and front to back ratio about 25 dB average. Please contact Glenn on 0895927915. Again, that number is 0895927915, or email to VK6LimaGolfBravo@hotmail.com. Victor Kilo 6 Lima Golf Bravo @hotmail.com. Mac, VK6 Mike has a 18 metre triangular butt section guide mask complete with 4 sections, heavy duty, 2 bottom ones, and medium duty for the light and light duty at the top. If you would like that, that's free to a good home. If you have a project for it, or $200 if not. Contact Mac on 0417 977 765. That's 0417 977 765. The email is vk6mike@iinet.net.au. vk6mike@iinet.net.au. If you have anything for next week's broadcast, please contact me. The address is vk6xrayvictor@bigpond.com. Victor Kilo 6 X-Ray Victor, bigpond.com. There's an @ sign in the middle there somewhere. Victor Kilo 6 X-Ray Victor @bigpond.com. Cheers for now, 7-3. Until next week.
I'd like to thank all the volunteers, contributors and broadcasters each week, as without you it wouldn't be possible to produce the weekly news. Please remember to send your contributions into newswest@vk6.net before midday Fridays. Also, before I go, remember Newswest is also available now as text on the vk6.net website. And I'm VK6FCRC. Please stand by after the idents for callbacks.